In today's airport update, I built a 1:400 scale replica of the Newark Liberty International Airport. With improvements in today's video such as a brand new background, GSC, and many new models, I present to you the May 2025 edition of Newark Liberty International Airport. And to start us off for today's Newark Liberty International Airport, over here at Gate A1, we have this Air Canada Express Mitsubishi CRJ700. This aircraft is finalizing its boarding for the flight out to Halifax today. Receiving its catering and fuel on board the aircraft, we have this Delta Connection Embraer E175. This Delta Connection Embraer E175 is getting its first passengers on board as well for the flight out to Boston Logan International Airport. Over here we have this Delta Airlines Airbus A321. This aircraft just arrived at the gate from the flight from Hartsfield, Jacksonville, Atlanta International Airport. Usually this flight is operated by 757, however, I've seen that it's slowly being converted to an Airbus A321. This aircraft just arrived at the gate from Atlanta. At Gate A5, heavily being catered with a catering truck and cargo, we have this Delta Connection Mitsubishi CRJ900. This aircraft is getting its catering on board as well as its luggage for the turn out to Cincinnati, Ohio. And over here we have our second service out to Atlanta. We have this Delta Airlines Boeing 737-800. This aircraft is first beginning to board up its passengers for the flight out to Atlanta. Again, this flight was operated by 757-200, however they've changed it to an Airbus A321 and the Boeing 737-800. Taxiing towards the runway, we have this FedEx Express Boeing 757-200F. This FedEx Express Boeing 757-200 is taxiing towards the runway for the flight out to Memphis, Tennessee. And first for our new models, over here we have quite a sexy aircraft. We have a Delta Airlines Airbus A321 in the 100 years special livery. This is the GeminiJets version of it. I did pick this model up at Newark Airlines Show, or Executive Display Desktop Models. I was going to get the NG version, but that didn't have the Wi-Fi dome, but this one's pretty good. This is the GeminiJets version again. Anyway, this aircraft is just arriving at the gate, refueling for the next flight out to Salt Lake City. Over here, receiving its catering and fuel, and cleaning out the aircraft, you have this American Eagle Embraer E170. This Embraer E170 American Eagle is preparing to board for the flight out to Chicago O'Hare today. Arriving at the airport and taxiing towards the gate, we have this Air Canada Express Bombardier Q400. This Q400 is arriving at the airport from the flight from, we will say, Toronto. And over here is the 2015 GeminiJets Super Rare American Airlines Airbus A321. This American Airlines Airbus A321 is prepping to board for the flight out to Dallas-Fort Worth. I bought this model at Executive Display Desktop Models, and this is a super rare model. Many of you have been asking where I buy my model aircraft GSC. Currently, you can save 10% at Tiny Tug Designs on his eBay site. He has fantastic GSC. Just use coupon code Hawaii10 for 10% off your purchase of his fantastic GSC. Back to the airport update for our third new model. We have this American Airlines Airbus A321 in the America West Heritage Special Livery. Wow, what a stunning model this is by GeminiJets. This aircraft is getting its catering on board as well as its fuel, then we'll begin boarding for the flight out to Phoenix Sky Harbor. And over here, starting us off with a massive United Airlines lineup. Being tugged into the gate, we have this United Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the old Continental merge livery. This aircraft is just arriving at the gate from the flight from Tampa, Florida. Leaving the gate that the 737-700 is arriving in, we have this beautiful United Airlines Boeing 737-900 in the March Dime special livery. This aircraft is taxiing towards the runway for the flight out to another United Airlines hub, Chicago ORD today. Receiving its complimentary snacks and catering, we have this United Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Star Alliance colors. This aircraft is heavily being catered with those free snacks for the flight out to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And over here, arriving at the gate and departing all of its baggage, passengers, and luggage, we have this United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the new livery. This aircraft arrived at the gate for the flight from Phoenix Sky Harbor. And if you notice, there is some retro GSC over here, this United Airlines retro GSC. This is really cool GSC by Aero Classics. Receiving its fuel and catering, and next with its luggage, we have this United Airlines Airbus A320 in a Continental merger colors. This United Airlines Airbus A320 is currently at gate A18 and is prepping for the flight out to Savannah, Georgia. I always say this in all my videos, if you're ever in Terminal A, you gotta spot by gate A18. It's a fantastic view of the Newark Bay area. And arriving at the airport over here, we have this stunning United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the Saving the Environment livery. What a fantastic model this is by NG Models. GeminiJets would never do such a sexy job with this aircraft. This aircraft is arriving at the gates from the flight from Houston IAH today. And departing the airport on the runway over here, waiting for clearance, we have this Lufthansa Airlines Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner in the new colors by Aviation 400. This model is currently waiting to take off with a view of the New Jersey Turnpike, or I-95, for the flight out to Frankfurt, Germany. And over here, we have this United Airlines Boeing 767-300 in the extended range format. This aircraft is in line for departure for the flight out to London Heathrow. I believe United Airlines is reconstructing all of their Polaris seats on the wide-body fleet. It's something to see as these seats look stunning. But anyway, this aircraft is in line for departure for the flight out to London Heathrow. At gate A19, we have this beautiful, absolutely beautiful United Airlines Boeing 737-900 in the new colors. This aircraft is getting its final pieces of baggage on board for the flight out to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, a flight I was on about 4 weeks ago. Third in line for departure, we have this United Airlines Boeing 767-400 over here, taxiing in from Terminal C for the flight out to Honolulu, Hawaii. This Spirit Airlines Airbus A320, a different airline of course, is arriving at the airport from the flight from West Palm Beach, Florida. And then we have this United Airlines Boeing 737-900 in the United 100 livery, of course in the old colors. This aircraft is just departing its gate right now with a tug as we speak for the flight out to Nashville, Tennessee. And over here we have this United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 arriving at the airport and waiting for the 100 United to depart its gate. This aircraft arrived at the airport from the flight from Punta Cana, Florida. This United Airlines Boeing 737-700 is prepping up for the flight out to Santa Ana, California. Currently, it's beginning to first board up the passengers and get the luggage on board. And then we have our fourth new model, this United Together Being United, Boeing 737 MAX 8. Of course, this is in a new livery. This aircraft is arriving at the gate. It arrived at the gate 15 minutes ago for the flight from Fort Myers, Florida. Taxiing towards the runway, we have this JetBlue Airways Airbus A320 with sharklets in the new colors. This aircraft, of course, is taxiing towards the runway for the flight out to West Palm Beach, Florida. Again, this is in the Spotlight tail. Back to everybody's favorite airline, United Airlines. We have this United Airlines Boeing 737-800. This United Airlines Boeing 737-800 is receiving its luggage on board right now for the flight out to Orlando MCO. Arriving at the airport from the flight from Las Vegas, Nevada, we have this United Airlines Boeing 737-800. Of course, this is in the same identical livery as the one previous. However, this is the NG Models version. This aircraft arrived at the gates from the flight from Las Vegas. And over here with this JetBlue Airways Airbus A321 in the balloon's tail, this aircraft is currently taxiing towards the runway for the flight out to LAX. JetBlue does offering some flights from Newark to LAX as a seasonal route. This aircraft is taxiing towards the runway for the flight out to LAX. At gate A29, we have this United Airlines Boeing 737-900, heavily being catered with catering truck, fuel, and some luggage. This aircraft is first boarding up its passengers for the flight out to Denver, Colorado. And over here at gate A29B, we have this United Airlines Airbus A319. This aircraft is currently just waiting to first board up the first class passengers, Group 1, for the flights out to New Orleans, Louisiana. And our last two aircraft over here, we have this JetBlue Airways Airbus A320 in the Blueberries tail. This aircraft is waiting to get its catering truck on board for the flights out to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They'll begin boarding in 35 minutes. And arriving at the gate, we have this JetBlue Airways Airbus A320 in the barcode tail, arriving at the gate from the long flight from San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's currently arriving at the gate with the tug. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Newark Liberty International Airport update. I will be uploading 2 times weekly, but I just recently experienced a death in the family. Unfortunately, my cat did die about a couple days ago, so I probably won't be seeing too many 2 times weekly airport updates until a couple weeks from now. It was a little tough for me to get this out, but this video is dedicated to my cat. Unfortunately, she did die from cancer, I think it was. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's airport update. Please consider subscribing as we're on the road to 1,500 subscribers. This is Hawaiian Air 2121 signing off. Have a good one.